in the city of domes.
What's up, Blue Roof Nation? Welcome back to a 90 Kids Guide to Television. I'm Jonathan, and today we are going back, far back, so far back that I wasn't even conceived of yet. We're going back to the 70s when the TV show called The Incredible Hulk first hit airwaves. Now this show, to me, has special significance. I remember this was before I even moved to the Blue Roofs that I discovered this show. I was a little kid, probably like 5, maybe 6, and I was playing outside, and my neighbor. His neighbor introduced me to a lot of things. He gave me a bunch of action figures too. He introduced me to the Alien movies, and he introduced me to the Incredible Hulk. But I don't know, I asked him something, and he said he was going home to watch the Incredible Hulk, and I was like, oh, the cartoon? And he goes, oh no, the TV show. And I was like, there's a TV show of the Incredible Hulk? And he was like, yeah, it's on every day at 4 on Sci-Fi Channel. It changed my life. I was like, wait, what? And I went home, and sure enough, there was an Incredible Hulk TV show. And it was weird because it wasn't Bruce Banner, it was David Banner. I found out later in life that the producers thought the name was Bruce Banner was too feminine, so they wanted a more masculine name, so they changed it to David. But I started watching it, and it was an episodic show, very much. But basically, the premise is that David Banner was doing research in basically adrenaline strength, and how in times of need, in times of crisis, people get an abundance of strength and can do something extraordinary. Like a car flips over and the kids are stuck in the back, and all of a sudden a mother has the strength to flip over a car. How does that happen? And because he couldn't do that for when I believe it was his wife died, and he wanted to figure out what was wrong with him that all these other people had, and so he did the experiment on himself, and then obviously became the Hulk. And he realized that like he had this thing inside him that he couldn't control that came out whenever he was angry. So he just let people think he was dead, and then he went on the run so that he could figure out a cure. And there's a reporter. I'm trying to remember the reporter's name off the top of my head, but he suspected something was up, and so he started doing reports on the Incredible Hulk and follow around trying to find it out. And that was a running thing of the show, was like, would he figure out that David Banner was alive? Because he knew David Banner. They met once or twice. So he was trying to figure out who the Hulk was and the mystery behind this character, and David Banner was trying to keep the fact that he was the Hulk and still alive secret from him. And it's a show where he would go around, and sometimes there'd be like a sciencey episode where he was trying to find a cure for himself. But most of the time, it was him dealing with criminals and just trying to live. It was very much it was what Supernatural was for the first couple seasons, the first like 5 seasons. It was a road show. He would go on the road, and he would show up in a town, work there for a little bit, make some money, and then just move on. And while there, he would do some good. He would stop a corrupt businessman. He would stop some thugs. He would do something. There's always something going on that he would stop. And it was just such a great show that worked so well. And it was built almost entirely off of Bill Bixby and his charisma and his charm. And then Lou Ferrigno's just sheer physicality as the Hulk. It's one of my favorite comic book shows. Even today when we're living in like the golden age of comic book TV, where you throw a rock and hit an amazing comic book TV show, it still stands up as one of the best. And if you haven't seen it, you really need to go check it out. It's only 5 seasons and 3 movies, but it's well worth your watch. And I love Mark Ruffalo, but I still think that Bill Bixby is the best Banner. I won't say Bruce Banner because he didn't play Bruce Banner. He played David Banner. But you get what I'm saying. But you guys should really check it out. Anyways, I'm Jonathan. Give us legends.